This is our lady space with Marilyn and Tawana, where we can talk about it. Sharing your point of views on everyday life and relationship with Marilyn and Tawana on our lady space.
Okay.
Guys, hello.
Hey.
Welcome to our lady space. I'm Marilyn.
And I'm Tawana.
Today we're talking about generational curses.
Yes.
What is that, friend? Tell us about it.
Yes. According to the Gospel Coalition, per Google, because I'm the Google queen, a generational curse describes the cumulative effect on a person of things that their ancestors did, believed, or practiced in the past, and a consequence of an ancestor's actions, beliefs, and sins being passed down. Some examples of generational curses are addictions such as drug, alcohol, or sex, mental illnesses such as depression, schizophrenia, bipolarism, or depression. Bipolar depression. My bad. Physical illnesses such as hypertension, heart disease, cancer, and even poverty can be considered as generational curses.
Okay.
So, what are your thoughts on that, friend?
I think that all of that information is correct. Poverty, some people may not think it's a generational curse, but it is, because if you watched your family be stuck in a rut, where they couldn't become financially stable, you think that's how your life's supposed to be. So that's probably one that's probably would shock people.
I think so too. And then I also don't even think there's some people aren't even stuck in a rut. They just get complacent and comfortable with that lifestyle.
Yeah.
I guess you can call it.
Yeah.
Living off the system or whatever the case may be.
Right.
So, that becomes normal. So they're like, okay, why work when I can be on Medicaid? Mm-hmm. I can get these Social Security checks for, whatever. My child got a cough, but I'm going to somehow figure out to make that a disability. You know what I'm saying? It's people who have that mindset.
Yep. Food stamps, just whatever they can, just to not have to get out there and do it themselves. So
yeah, I agree. And I think trying to sum up the definition, I think essentially when it comes to generational curses, is essentially those toxic and self-sabotaging traits that we inadvertently pass down to each other, to our family and our children. So I think a lot of times people don't realize it's a generational curse because, like you said, it's something they're used to. It's their norm. Like even negative thoughts and behavior. If you grow up listening to your grandma say, I don't need a man, I don't want a man, forget that man. Then your mama say, I don't need a man, I don't want a man, forget that man. What you gonna say?
Exactly. I don't need a man, I don't want a man. Yes.
Exactly.
Right. And I think I've seen it a lot in people that are angry and don't feel their anger. They can say, well, my mom was angry or my dad was angry. So it's just how it is in my family. But no, generational curses continue because of each generation allows it to continue. Like you have to put a stop to it. It's not a death sentence. You don't have to continue in generational curse. That's why I want everybody to kind of learn in this episode that you need to stop it. If you recognize it, put a stop to it.
Right. And I think, a lot of times people get caught up in the fact because they don't realize it's a curse. So I think it starts with acknowledging the fact that it is a generational curse. It is behavior that you have inherited from your upbringing.
Right.
If you grow up in a house where there's alcoholism or drug addiction or whatever, you may, start venturing off in that because, well, I saw my mama do it and she all right, so I'm gonna do it too. But then you also have those who say, well, my mama did it and I saw how that was, so I'm not going down that road. I think that's where you make that, once you acknowledge it, you make that proclamation like, look, I don't want to do what they did. I want something different.
As far as people that's in an abusive home, they watch either their mom or dad. Some, people don't think men can be abused, but they can as well. And so then they get in a relationship and they just think that's the norm.
Mm-hmm.
Generational curses mean to me, people just think it's the norm for their family. And like you said, either they're going to get with an abuser, or they're going to like me and be like, nah, ain't nobody going to put their hands on me and be out. It's
Okay.
so I clearly get that, friend. That's a good point.
And I think, our generation, because when you think about our parents are around the same age, and think about the time when they grew up. They were born in the 60s. They were raised in the 70s. They had children in the 80s. They was born in a difficult time when you think about what was going on historically.
Yes.
So I think one advantage we have being born in the 80s, raised in the 90s, and then being exposed to all the technology in the 2000s, we can actually break these curses because we have access to things that they did. And I think for me, I had to come to the realization that my mom did the best she could with what she had. She did not know that, you can question things and you can reposition yourself or do things so that you're not being subjected to certain things. You know what I'm saying? But I think us, because we do have that awareness, we can stop it so that our children don't have to go through some of the things that we may have gone through or that our parents went through.
Right. And that's a good thought that you said too, about saying that we can stop things and we can have control of our own future. Because back then, like you said, it's angry children right now that's upset with their parents because of they felt like, you wasn't there for me, or something happened to me and you didn't believe me, you didn't help me, you wasn't my voice. We kind of want our parents to like be our protectors and be our voice. And again, if they're stuck in this generational curse or runt, as we're saying, they don't know better to do better.
Right.
So like you said, our generation know better, so they do better. Now it's some people in our generation, they like being in that generational curse. They don't care.
They're victims. They like to be a victim.
They're gonna keep it going. But guys, if you recognize that you are in one, then first of all, you need to go to God, because He don't really help you get out of it. You can't do this by yourself, because it's deep rooted. Like you said, it's a biblical curse. It's deep rooted. So how are you gonna take away a biblical curse without the Lord?
Message.
Exactly. So you got to know that it's going on, and then you got to go to Him in prayer to help you break that thing. Because who gonna stand? It's like a weight on your back. Who want to walk around with a curse? Do you guys know what that means? Curse, and it's going from generation to generation to generation. That's scary.
Yeah.
Oh my God! When you actually say it out loud and think it is.
And the killing part of that is, a lot of people don't realize, just like how these generational curses are passed down, so are generational blessings.
Blessings. I'm blessed, I'm blessed, I'm blessed. I'm blessed, I'm blessed, I'm blessed. Okay.
So it's like, if y'all would have that mindset, okay, let me stop this here, because I want my children to get every blessing that is due to them.
Girl, that's good.
And I think people don't realize that. They be like, well, this the way it's always been, that's the way it's going to be. No, you can change the narrative.
Definitely.
It don't have to be this way. And you just have to make that decision and make it verbally say it.
Right.
Or write it down. Verbally say it or write it down. It stops with me.
Exactly. And it's so, like, we have to let our children see the difference that we have right now. So, I'm looking at all, like you said, everyone that was born in the 60s and the 70s and how they just went along to get along. But we have to be the difference to show our children, no, it don't have to be like that. So then, when our generation comes, we start a new chapter. We start a new journey. Our kids know, hey, no, it doesn't have to be like that. So,
I totally agree.
Yeah.
And I think that's why, I've been told that I'm like a lenient parent, but I feel as though communication with my children is most important.
Right.
I don't want my children ever to feel like they can't come to me and talk to me about something.
Exactly.
So I feel as though, if it's something that bothers them, come tell me. And I don't do the whole do as I say. I mean, I kind of do, but I don't from a stance of, if you don't agree with something or if you got questions, ask me.
Exactly.
So I can better explain it to you because, growing up, if mama or grandma said, you don't question it. And I think it's a respectful way to do it. Because I know me as a young child, I used to say stuff I had no business saying, and my mama would stay getting on me. But, I was an inquisitive child. I just wanted to know. Now, how I said it probably wasn't right. But I think from a stance of telling a child to stand in a child's place, I think that child's place definition has been expanded. Because children need to know what's going on. And that's why I'm sorry, friend. That's why a lot of times when children are abused sexually or physically, they don't speak up.
Right.
Because they're afraid because they have to stand a child's place. And Uncle Charles told me to shut up. So if I go tell mama what Uncle Charles did, even though he was wrong, I feel like I'm wrong because I stepped out of my child's place.
And then that leads right up to saying, you gonna respect me till I'm an adult. You gotta give children respect too.
Yeah.
And adults that feel like just because it's a child, you can just disrespect them and they're not owed respect. I can't wrap my mind around how you want to just say a child is disrespectful and you cuss this child out and you to this child and you just want them just to take it. They have them too.
They're human.
Exactly. So, friend, I guess just to be transparent, what generational curse do you think you had, if any, and have?
Girl.
And I'll share too.
I mean, which one I want to share? I think the one I would probably share because you know some stuff I just don't want to talk about for reasons. But I think one of them I will share is broken marriages.
Okay.
I had never met my grandfather, my mom's dad. I never met him. I don't know all the backstory. I know, what my mom has shared with me, and a lot of stuff she didn't know. She just found out like when my grandma passed about 10 years ago. Mm-hmm. So the fact of coming from broken homes, and that's why when me and my ex-husband when I decided to divorce him, it was a hard decision because I did not want my children to grow up in a broken home like my mom did and I did, and I didn't want to keep passing it on. Right. But at the end of the day, I had to realize, the worst thing I can do is show my children that this unhealthy environment was natural. Right. It was the way it was supposed to be. Right. So I decided to divorce, but thank God he sent me a wonderful man who has completed our family and made it whole. Mm-hmm. So that curse of being brought up in a broken home, that stops with me. Right. I say that with strong declaration. Mm-hmm. My children are growing up in a 2-parent home.
That's right.
And I just refuse to carry that curse on. I'm showing them what a healthy marriage looks like. Right. I'm showing them what a loving marriage looks like. I'm showing them what a marriage looks like when you don't necessarily agree. Exactly. They get to see all parts of it because I need for them to have the understanding. So when they choose to move on and get married, they can balance it without trying to figure out, okay, is this normal? What do I do? She mad at me? Do we break up? Do we divorce? What do we do? So I would say the generational curse that ends with me is the broken marriages and families.
Okay. I got two. The first one is a quick one. It's just saying that not letting your circumstance dictate your future. Okay. So saying, yes, you're going to graduate high school. Yes, you're going to go to college or you're going to go to the military. You're going to be successful if you're an entrepreneur or you have the job of your dreams. I feel like I stopped generational curse there so that my sisters will know that the sky's the limit. You don't have to, your circumstance doesn't dictate how your life is going to end.
I love that.
Okay, so that was the first.
T-shirt me, please.
Okay. The second one is, so, I talked about abuse. I was raised in just seeing abuse, whether it was verbal or physical, to my mom. And I guess what that did to me is it gave me, like I said, the total opposite effect. So when I was married to my kid's dad, and it wasn't going the way I thought, I ran.
Yeah.
So I didn't stay. I'm not going to stay in anything where I feel like I'm being abused. I'm not going to stay in anything while I feel like I wasn't getting what I need. I wasn't going to stay in anything, I wasn't happy in. So I ran.
Because you knew your worth.
Exactly. So instead of staying, and just take, or just doing it for the kids, people stay for the kids a lot. And they realized later the kids was like, I'm so glad y'all finally divorced. Oh my God.
Exactly.
You should have been did. And you be like, wait, but we stayed for you. No, you shouldn't have, because I hate it. That is so.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm here with you, friend.
So like you said, now I'm in a loving marriage, and I felt like I had to be the man, so to speak, so much in my marriages and my relationships. And I had to learn how to take a back seat. It was something I had to reteach myself.
Yes.
Learn that when you have a man, then he puts God first. He's God. He's the head of the house. So take your role as the wife and be cool. Chill out.
Friend.
Relaxing thing in my life to not to have to be control of everything.
Yes.
What's going on with the house, the kids, the family? What we gonna do? Oh my God!
When I tell you, we sleep well at night.
Yeah, I love that, and it's like my sisters are coming behind me. They have husbands that love them, and it's just like, so it didn't have to stop there, but it could have.
Yeah.
You determine when you that it's a generational curse and that you're gonna break it.
I totally agree.
Yes, but I love my mom, and I realized one thing I did realize, don't let me get it wrong. Her staying was actually stronger. She's a strong woman. Running is easy.
That part.
She's a strong
part.
Respect her.
Oh yeah, because at the end of the day, that sacrifice, which was what it was, the sacrifice she made and that our mothers made for us, was in our best interest, even though it may have hurt them.
Right.
And that's why I said they did the best they could with what they had.
Right.
Our mothers are survivors.
Yes.
And that's a strength that you can't just pick up.
Right. And it taught me too that what they went through, these little mediocre stuff I got going on over here, what am I finna leave for?
Yeah.
That.
Right.
Like I said, to death do us part. They took that literally. And so that's really when you sign that, that's like a contract in blood, and people don't take marriage seriously anymore.
They don't. They really don't. To them, even though they say, marriage is a business, it kind of is. But at the same time, there is so many different things that is built upon. Right. It's something that is ordained by God.
Exactly.
And you can't play with that.
Exactly.
So I think, when it comes to generational curses, part of it is just the whole awareness of it, because sometimes it's hard. And then a lot of times we don't know our parents.
Exactly.
So, the older I get, the more my mom reveals to me. And I be like, dang.
Yeah.
And it just makes me look at her like, oh my, I'm not crying today.
Exactly.
But she been through a lot.
I was so about the tip of
I felt it. Not that's why it's making me.
Thank you, my friend, because they go through so much.
And then as kids, we don't know. We have no idea. And that's why I love, me and my mom relationship is not what I would like for it to be. But it's so much better than it used to be, because I understand why she did what she did. And I think I told you for Mother's Day, I wrote her a letter and told her, I get it.
Hey, I was like, what is this? I was cleaning out my downloads, and it's so funny that you bring it up. And then I read, I kept saying, I know I didn't write this, and I saw Lane at the back end, and I said, oh my God. I was in tears then, and I tell my mom all the time, if the roles were reversed, I wouldn't have had me.
Friend, I know.
I wouldn't have been here today, because I don't think I could have went through what she went through. That's why I said she's so strong, and I love her so much, and I owe her so much. Because I definitely wouldn't have had me under the circumstances. So I don't care what nobody say about my mama. I love that woman to death, to life, everything, because she is the reason I'm here today. And what she went through to make sure that happened, I wouldn't have been able to do it.
Right.
So, oh my God, did not know this was going on.
And it's a conversation that I think needs to be had, because I think a lot of times we live in our state of, we're embarrassed.
Yeah.
And we can't tell our mother stories for them.
Right.
But we can only speak of the perspective we have and how we may have been affected by them.
I live every day just wanting to make her proud of me.
Oh, she's very proud.
She tells me that all the time, how proud she is of me. And so it's just like my goal. That was my goal in life, to make her proud, to let her know you having me has not gone in vain. I want to continue to make her proud, So I'm sorry, let me get it together.
No, it's okay, Mama Minnie. Thank you so much. You gave a major sacrifice, and I can't thank you enough for birthing my crazy best friend. I had to make you laugh. But, I think, that's the thing, as kids, we don't realize the sacrifices our parents make.
Exactly.
And, especially our mothers. Like, I just can't, growing up, we don't get it.
Right.
But I think the older we get, the closer we get to our parents, the more we learn about their upbringing and, their circumstances, it makes sense. And that's why I had to let my mama know I get it.
Right.
I may not have understood or, didn't know why she made some of the decisions she made when I was growing up, but I get it.
Right.
I get it. So thank you, Mama. I know you.
She all chilling. She be on every podcast. So from me, Mama, I just want to say thank you too. I appreciate you. Always watching, always supporting us. I appreciate you. So. Girl, we boo-hoo crab sissies. Oh my God.
I know. Let's just give some final thoughts and wrap this up before we be over here snotting. Because I ain't putting no tissue by this computer.
Thank God I ain't put no makeup on, baby, because it would have.
Okay. You still got my glasses on. They fogging up. Oh, goodness.
Ooh, okay, so final points, friend.
Well, I just said my final thoughts. At the end of the day, I think we need to remember that everybody's dealing with something. Mm-hmm. No, people don't owe you explanation. They don't have to tell you what's going on. But I just think as a human, understand that everybody is dealing with something. So lead with a heart of compassion.
Exactly.
Even if you don't understand what's going on, if it don't make sense to you, just have compassion.
Right. Because
you just never know. Be kind to people. Because their curses may be who knows what. And it may be every day they wake up and they consider not being here anymore. So people you come in contact with, just try to just not judge and just lead with the heart of compassion and kindness. And if somebody falls on your heart, if something falls on your heart, just act on it. Because they may be battling with that curse. And they may not know what to do. And they may be reaching out to you in a way that hoping that you can help guide them. So I think we have to remove ourselves from things sometimes. Listen to what is actually being stated in the conversation you're having with someone. Right. And then, like I said, if they fall on your mind, just send them a quick text and just say, hey, I was thinking about you. Just want to let you know, hope all is well, whatever. But if you want to break the generational curses, remember you can. It can stop with you. And not saying that you have to go on a mission to stop them all, because they can be cumbersome and, a lot on somebody. But those things which you can control and that you can possibly stop, try to stop it, because especially if you have little ones looking up at you, remember, you don't want those things to fall on them. And like we said, Just as generational curses can be passed on, so can generational blessings.
Mhm.
That's all I got right now, friend.
So I feel like this also ties into our last episode about fake friends. People, real friends out there. Even if you just got one good friend that you can depend on, I think that will help, because really need people to talk to. People really need somebody to confide in, and that's the issue. You can't let stress off of you because you're scared to tell your business, because you're scared to get out there. But like I said, now with us being 40, y'all, it's just time to just be real with people. Stop being fake. If you're not really their friend, go on and make room for somebody that's really could be there for them. So it's just kind of like, for instance, like you say, if somebody fall on you, I've been doing that a lot lately. If somebody fall on my heart, I'm like, hey, you fell on my heart, didn't want them, just checking on you, making sure you're okay. People used to say, well, that don't mean nothing. Yes, it does. Stop.
It does.
Everything that you do to reach out to somebody that fell on your heart, that you feel like God gave to you, is something. Stop making sure in light of that. Girl, my phone, I was driving to an appointment today, and my phone fell on the floor, and this person was on my mind. I had to pull over, because I said, if I didn't pull over right now, get the phone off the floor and text them right then, I wasn't going to do it.
Yeah.
But they, you know, if they're pulling somebody off the ledge,
right,
what they was about to do, commit suicide, anything. So that's what I'm saying. Anything that you can do to help people. Yeah. So as far as generational curses go, all I say again is you have to recognize that's what it is. Don't stay in it saying that's just how it is. That's how my family is. No, you can stop it.
And don't be afraid to get help. You know, like you said, reach out to somebody. If you have a friend you can confide in, please do. And if you don't, you can seek help from a counselor, a life coach, somebody in the ministry. Go to somebody who you trust and value their opinion, because there's ways that you can get through it. You know, you can't solve all the problems, but if you solve one, that makes a difference.
And get in a circle of positive people. It's time out for all the gossiping and talking about people. If you ain't talking about something that can uplift my spirit, I don't have time for it, because it's just a waste of air. It's a waste of time, waste of life. So get around positive people, and then that'll help you too. And I'm a strong believer of, if I'm being blessed and you close to me, the blessings is going to fall on you. So like she said, generational curses, it's generational blessings too. And people forgetting about that.
Yeah.
Surround yourself with people that's being blessed. Surround yourself with people that's being positive, so that they can reflect on your life.
I agree.
Yeah.
That's a whole word right there. So if you all have any questions or have anything to add to generational curses, please reach out to us on our lady space. You can email us, you can DM us, you can inbox us. Whatever, just comment below. But remember, like, share, and subscribe.
Yes. And our lady space where we can talk about it. About it.
And cry about it too.
I know that's right. But then we needed that. We hadn't cried in a while.
I know.
We cry all the time together, but on the episode, we ain't let them see that part of us in a minute. They need it. They know how
we keep it real.
Yeah, how deeply we feel about the generational curses, and how you know, and that to know that we let y'all know we also have them. We not perfect. Everybody got something going on in their family. Trust me. If they was born in the 70s or 60s, you got something going on, some kind of family secret that you don't want to know about, and that the family is embarrassed. So, but send that thing up to God, let that thing go, and move on with your life, child.
Amen. You'll feel so much better, because I've learned the more I talk about things, the more healing it is for me.
Exactly.
And so, I mean, whatever it is, reach out to somebody, because you don't have to carry that burden alone. You know, if you don't have that person, like I said, you can find somebody to connect with, or connect with us. You know, we here.
We can talk about it, but we ain't gonna beat y'all over the head again. So, like she said, comment, subscribe, share.
Yes, please. And don't forget to hit the like button too. We like to see the likes.
Share, comment. I just can't say it enough. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Like, share, comment, subscribe.
She's Marilyn.
That's Anna.
Bye. Till next time.
Bye, y'all.